in math, we are going to be learning about solid shapes, okay? All right, our objective first, okay? Our objective for today is that all the students, so all of you, will be able to identify solid shapes at the end of this lesson, okay? So triangles, circles, rectangles, and squares. Not all of the flat shapes, but these are some of the flat shapes, okay? But today we're going to learn about solid shapes. So unlike flat shapes, solid shapes pop out at you, okay? They're kind of like the popped out version of these flat shapes here, okay? Let me see. Solid shapes also take up more space than flat shapes, okay? Another name for a solid shape is a 3D shape. Let me see. Have anybody ever seen a movie in 3D where they had to wear those glasses, those cool glasses, and they see a 3D picture? Yes. Have you seen a 3D movie before?
No.
No. What about you? What about you, Kai? Have you seen a 3D movie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want you to discuss with your friends what you saw in a 3D movie and what makes a 3D movie different from a regular movie, which is 2D.
3D movie, you have to wear the glasses and you have and it has and the 3D movie has pictures and it's different than a 2D movie because 2D movies you don't need glasses.
Yeah, and the 3D movie, some of those pictures kind of jump out at you, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you saw like fire in the 3D movie, instead of it being just a fire that you see somewhere, you might actually feel like you're inside of the fire or close enough to touch the fire, okay? So 3D shapes are going to jump out at you. They're going to pop out at you, okay? All right, so now I am going to give every one of you a 3D shape sheet. And we don't have to do anything to these sheets just yet, but look at them, okay? So we're going to be looking at our 3D shapes, okay? So as you're looking at your 3D shapes, what do we notice about the sphere? The sphere is that one, the orange kind of one. Yes, Kai, do you notice something about that sphere?
It looks like a ball.
It looks like a ball. And which one of these solid shapes, which one of these flat shapes are like that sphere?
A circle.
A circle, right? But the sphere kind of pops up out at you, right? It's not flat like a... What flat shape do you see?
A triangle.
A triangle, really, really good. So a pyramid is the solid shape for a triangle. It pops out at you. We can actually get inside a pyramid or touch the pyramid or something like that, right? Good. What about this one, Reese? What flat shape do you see in that one?
A square.
A square, right? But a cube, it's a popped out version of a square, okay? So very, very good. Makai, did you have something to add?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
A cube is like a dice, but the dice has dots on it or numbers.
Yeah, a cube is one of the real life things that we have is a dice, a pair of die, and those are in the shapes of cubes. Good thing for you to mention. Okay, guys, so I am going to read a book, and every time I mention a new solid shape, we can either call them solid shapes or 3D shapes. Every time I mention a new one, I want you to point to it on your sheet, okay? So let's go over the words. I know these words might be kind of big for you guys to read them yourself, but I'm gonna say them and you guys try to remember them for me, okay? The first orange one that you see is a cone, okay? A cone, okay? The second one that you see is a cube, Cube. Very good. Guys, I do want you to repeat me. Thank you for doing that for me. So after I say it, I do want you to repeat me just so you can practice saying the words. That next one is a sphere. What is it called, guys?
Sphere.
Very, very good. Yes.
Sometimes you call circle.
Maybe in another language, but they're circles, just circles. Okay? Yeah, they're really, really good though. And then this next one is a cylinder. Okay?
I knew that.
Just like this piece of chalk is in the shape of a cylinder. No, I'm going to finish the rest of them and so we can get started, okay? This next one is called a rectangular prism, and the last one is a pyramid. So those are all of our 3D shapes, okay? Remember, our 3D shapes pop out. They're the pop-out version of our flat shapes, okay? And also, they have more faces than the flat shapes, but we'll talk about that very, very soon. Okay, sphere. Put your finger on the sphere. You remember where the sphere was? A sphere looks like a ball. So these are some of the spheres that we see.
And a little globe.
Yes, and a globe and balloon. So when you guys see those, you know that they are spheres, okay? The next one is a cube. Put your finger on the cube. Yes, yes, yes. And look, remember Kai mentioned like a piece of die that you roll with numbers on it? Or ice cube or a present or box.
Or an eye.
Yeah, not quite, but very, very close. All of those are cubes, okay? All of the ones that are shaped like a box. Go ahead, Logan.
Like if she had a sticker that looked like a square.
Yes, then that will be a cube. Very, 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 well, no, a cube will pop out at you. A sticker that's like a square would be a flat shape, okay? We want the ones that pop out at you, but very good. We got to keep thinking about it. That's good. That's fine. And then, let's see if we can put our finger on the solid shape or the 3D shape that looks like a can. Yes, those are called cylinders. Good job, guys. Cylinders. You see cups, cans, these types of things.
A regular
Chalk. Yes, all these are cylinders. And then we have cones. Put your finger on the cone. Cone. Those are similar, but the difference between the cone and the pyramid is that the bottom of the pyramid, even though the main shape looks like a triangle, the bottom of the cone looks like a circle. You see that, guys? And then the bottom of the pyramid looks like it's shaped like a square. It doesn't have round edges, it has sharp edges. Okay? So we have cones, and then those are our last, that's our last shape in our 3D shape book. So now we're going to get ready for our activity. Just to cut down a little bit of time, Ms. Head has already
to see this old quilting Disneyland in Hamilton, Missouri.
Ms. Head has already cut out all the shapes you're going to need. So these are like everyday shapes that we see in our environment. Because I want you to be able to notice the solid shapes that we use every day or that we see every day. Okay, so I'm just placing some solid shapes right in front of you. Try to go ahead and get an idea of what kind of solid shapes you have with you. Try to get an idea. Just think about it. And Ms. Head will help you. You guys are actually going to work as partners.
But we don't have 4 people.
All together.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so everyone gets a sheet. We're going to pull these up. Move yours up a little bit, Makai. Everyone gets a sheet. Yes, Shakona?
Is everyone gonna have the same direction?
Yes, everyone has the same directions. We're going to just place the pictures, place as many pictures in the organized that matches the 3D or solid shape. So the first one is a sphere. So you want to look at your pictures to see, do I have any spheres? And if you have any spheres, I want you to put them in the boxes right next to the sphere. It's okay, guys. You all have the same shapes, so don't worry. Everybody has the same amount of shapes. And you guys can talk to each other and get help from each other to see if you need help. Yes.
If you got real trouble, you can ask the teacher.
Absolutely. Just raise your hand and I am right here to guide you. I see that a lot of you guys are on a great start. We have our spheres put in. Let's see. What's another one that looks like a sphere?
You took one again. Oopsie.
Oh, no, that's hers. Yours are up here, okay? That's all Logan's right here. Logan, we can put yours down here.
Thanks.
Excellent job, guys. That's Makai.
Cool.
Good job.
These cones? Are these
Yes.
little ideas?
Yeah, don't pay attention to that little thing. Just look at that shape down there. What does that one look like?
Is that these little?
Let me see. What did we learn today? What is another name for a solid shape? Can anybody remember another name for a solid shape? I'm going to call on Kai.
3D shape.
3D shape. And a 3D shape, what did you have to say, Ms. Shakana?
Circle.
Yeah, not quite. Our 3D shapes is another name for solid shapes, okay? These are not flat shapes. They're similar to flat shapes, but they're a puffed up version of a flat shape. Because sometimes I call flat shapes the 2D shapes are the flat shapes, and the 3D shapes are the fat shapes. Because they take up more space, okay? Because they take up more space. All right, so let's see. We're going to get our papers back. You guys did an excellent job on your activity. Very, very good job on your activity.
Alright, we supposed to...
All right, so these are our 3D shapes, guys. Cones. What are some of the things that we learned may be shaped like a cone? Yes, Kai?
Ice cream cone.
Cones. Ice cream cones. The ones with like a triangle on top and a circle on the bottom. That's our cone shape, and we know that ice cream is shaped like that. What about a sphere? Shakana, do you know anything that might be shaped like a sphere? That
Oval?
An oval. An oval is different. Spheres are a popped out version of a circle. So it's perfect all the way around. Do you know an example of a sphere?
Yeah.
Reese, can you tell me one?
An orange?
An orange, yes, good job. An orange is a sphere. Excellent, excellent, excellent job. Yes, so let's see. Can you think of something that is shaped like a cylinder from the video or from what we learned today? Something that's shaped like this. You want to talk with your friends and discuss it? Yes, cans are shaped like cylinders. They have a round bottom and kind of a curvy rectangular middle. Y'all see that there? All right, excellent job, guys. I think you guys deserve a round of applause. You learned your solid shapes today. And